fine. We'll keep going.
Okay.
we'll get this last thought out.
Speaking of thought, yeah.
Yeah, thought. It's frustrating just to see because at a point I almost agreed with him. You know, there were like things that he was saying about not being able to see his kids and being frustrated with how he was being portrayed, and he doesn't want that to happen. He wants to kind of have control over how he's portrayed, because I think a lot of this is how somebody may act in a divorce at that size, especially just in somebody's normal life, somebody who isn't a celebrity.
Yeah.
And that doesn't excuse the action. He's still being a dick. I just think that people care so much because he's Kanye West, and it was with Kim Kardashian, and now she's with an SNL comedian. And it's like all these big profile names, and that's why people care so much, and that's why he's in such like a big spotlight. But in reality, if you just heard about like Joe Blow off the side of the street have this same situation, we wouldn't really care.
I would say that everything I've learned about this whole situation has been against my will.
Yeah.
Like, I never learned any of this willingly. I wouldn't.
It's really just been shoved down our throats through like different media sources and like kind of paparazzi types. World Star, you know, got Daily Mail. It's like all over anytime I open Snapchat, that's what happens. TikTok, people are making jokes about it.
Snapchat recommended thing is fucking poison.
It used to be like all I watched.
Really?
Yeah, I would run through some of those things.
Damn.
Especially in high school.
I never gave it a chance.
It's just like they would have. The one thing I have started watching is I watch the Weekend Update on there.
Oh,
because I don't want to watch SNL.
Yeah.
It's like, it's hard to get through, to be honest.
Yeah, this is the SNL trash hour.
YouTube's Weekend Update, they split it into different segments for the same Weekend Update, and sometimes they leave out some of the jokes, which is frustrating, because I'm like, I wish they would just leave me the 10-minute segment of the Weekend Update.
So Snapchat does that?
Snapchat does that, and they reorganize it so that it fits Snapchat's. It's like the most perfect way they could have done it for social media, and it's through Snapchat. It's honestly, other than talking to you, it's the only reason I use Snapchat.
Sick.
Every like Sunday morning, I'll just scroll through it on the toilet.
That's funny.
But no, I used to read through all the like tabloidy shit, and it was just so, like you said, it's toxin. It's just, ugh.
Have you ever scrolled one more over to the whole like TikTok wannabe shit that they have? I've done it accidentally like a handful of times, and it gets so unbelievably horny.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's either dudes thirst trapping.
It's like Bryce Hall type.
Girls like shaking their butt, and it's
shaking their butt.
Shaking their butt.
he said it like a dad trying to explain TikTok. All these girls just shaking their butts, shaking their tiny little ass.
Not even judging their actions.
No, it just gets really indescript and nasty.
Not only are they shaking their butts, they're also just really small butts.
At least if you're going to shake it right. If somebody's dad said that, I think I'd be disgusted.
I am disgusted at the hypothetical.
I'm disgusted that I even mentioned it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Kanye's an IG thought.
Yeah, so anyway, back to
this was a Snapchat conversation that we're turning back. You know, it's frustrating because at first I did agree with him, but I just think that although I think what Billie Eilish said was unnecessary, it also like wasn't the craziest thing in the world.
Yeah.
And you're defending
Billie.
Travis because
I don't know what you did, but like
you're defending Travis Scott over some shit with your family, even though what Travis did, even though it may not have been the intent, he was still responsible because his name was all over everything. And we've kind of made our stance on that clear.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's just Kanye posting everything he feels on Instagram. This guy is a billionaire. He's on the same level as Elon Musk, probably Donald Trump, probably all these other big famous billionaires.
And he has a spam page with
a spam page where he's ranting about how much he hates his ex-wife.
Yeah.
And like, you know, he's dropping collaborations with Balenciaga for like Pop Smoke and the Free Hoover concert.
You ever wonder what his kids are thinking?
No, that was the thing about the Super Bowl that I thought was interesting too. When Kanye and Antonio Brown were getting booed out the building, you just see the kids sitting there, and they're probably like horrified because as soon as the screen turns on to Kanye and Antonio, and everybody just starts booing, you're probably sitting there like, oh my God, this is humiliating.
Yeah.
You know, it's like all fun and games. You get to see the McDonald's commercial with my dad in it, but now everybody also is booing the shit out of my dad.
It's like it's like those YouTube families where they're like exploiting their kids. It's like that to the nth degree.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And Kanye's trying not to...
The amount of therapy.
Yeah, Kanye's trying to pretend like, oh, Kim is putting my kids out on the internet and putting them out in the world, and I don't want them to be. But then he's taking them out to the Super Bowl where he's humiliating
After
them.
you've already said all this shit, like, you're not really doing much better.
It's honestly terrible. And this is what I've heard people say and what I, second ever since the beginning. Is just like, you got to feel bad for the kids in this situation because divorce is already such a hard thing, but to have it happen in such a rough way with such high-profile people, you got to imagine it's got to be rough on them. Because they got like 6 of them, right? Like something crazy. They got hella kids.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
So, nice to bring it back full circle with the Super Bowl. So I think that this is actually a good spot to wrap it up, stack it up, go ahead and back it up. That's like every trash ass freestyle you hear on it.
You ready to rock and roll?
You ready? Oh my God, you're a dad. All right, bye everybody. I'll see y'all later. Devin is
What
no
is this,
more.
some
I'm
kind of
blocking him out of
multiverse
view. I
madness?
just don't want y'all to see that ever
Colin's a
again.
bitch.
I'm so sorry.
Fuck you.
But anyways,
I hate you.
goodbye.
Colin's probably still talking, so I'm interrupting. Bitch.